Morning, realness. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Just getting some last minute adjustments going here, and we'll start shortly, very shortly. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. My name is Ace. We'll be doing another art stream today. Okay, as you can see, we have a different mesh here. Got to figure out the process for our next step as far as UV and baking. Um, we'll be working on that, figuring that out, and then hopefully we'll return to the other mesh in due time. But in the meantime, we're gonna work on another mesh right here. This is another one I started. This character is he's basically a government agent. He's like a CIA type guy, planner, mastermind, and that's pretty much his plans that kind of drive some of the plots forward in my story. I'm making these characters for a webcomic to use as a reference. This is the second character in order of appearance. We're going to try to get to seven, hopefully, during this summer, so we can start doing pages. Okay. I'm looking at my camera. I'm a little too zoomed in here. Supposed to do this stuff before you get on, right? That's okay though. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be all right. Not only we're gonna make it. Okay, I can go up, but I can't go down. Oh, I can go down. Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna get started here. Okay. I went as far. I went on like I work on this when I go off of stream sometimes. Later on in the day. I'll work on another thing if there's not something. This is what I came up with. This guy's kind of like a heavy set dude. I think he still looks kind of buff. I'll try to make him like kind of overweight. and, this is what I came up with. Okay, I don't know. Something looks off. We're gonna try to fix it though. Um, maybe his I don't know. Maybe I feel like his torso might be a little too big, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because of his body size and he doesn't have any arms in most of his legs. I had tried to get to the point where I could cover up this region so we could stream it. This is I've never sculpted a fat person's butt before. It's funny, realness. I practiced when I was learning this. Okay, it was months of practicing 3D sculpting before I started streaming it. I practiced on women, and the references I used were Brazilian models. For some reason, okay, no matter what I sculpt, this is what happens. All right, and then on top of that, putting underwear on them like a underwear mesh makes it even more pronounced. I can't help it, man. I don't know how to not. I can't make it look. I tried to sag it and everything. Like it was, yeah. It's can't help it, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, and I can't just take it off and adjust it because we're on Twitch. But um, yeah, I'm gonna try to make it look less like he shouldn't have this type of with this type of body. He should not have this type of butt. It's like really like it's super muscular. I don't know, man. It's I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay. I can. That's all I can do is roll with it. All right. He's gonna have pants on. You can't see that, so there's not gonna be any scenes where you're gonna see him in this state. So Actually, I could be wrong about that. I don't know. Maybe he's like getting out of bed or something, something like that. Nothing crazy. But yeah, I'm still working on that. All right, so we're here. We are. All right, this is what we got. I tried to make, like, what can I do? I'm like, I even used a fat. Like, I have one fat person reference, okay, and for the butt, and this is I tried my best to follow that. This is what happens. This is what happens. All right, so here we are. This is what we got. We're gonna go. We're gonna go now. We're going. All right. So how's your morning been, realness? How's everyone's morning been? I hope you're all having a great morning, at least. We're on the hump day. Of course, this will be the last day of the week for streaming until next Monday. What I got planned, all right, as far as my stream is concerned, is I'm going to try to prepare for some video game playthroughs later in the month. And of course, there's going to be. I bet this is what FF9 art director experience. I gotta look at this art again because that is, yeah, because this keeps getting brought up. I need to like refresh my memory. I remember Dagger. I remember that, of course, for obvious reasons. But the rest of the art, yeah, I need to take a look and see. Like, maybe it's not what I remember. Uh, I never really looked at FF9 art, to be honest. It's just I just remember the in-game models. Yeah, he's very, very kicked up now that you mention it. I thought I made it believable, but I don't know. I thought maybe that was his underwear is tight, but it's good to get feedback. Thank you. Thank you for helping me realize that I can't stop doing this. I have to try to make less appealing butts, I guess. I don't know. That's what you get. That's what you get. I knew I, you know what? Something told me I was like, I think the situation would be reversed if I had practiced on a dude when I was learning this. Then I would have, well, I don't know. You can kind of soften something, right? I don't know. You can soften features. I think it's easier to soften something than it is to uh harden. Like when you follow the muscle structure, like this little dip here, I forget what it's called. I guess this would be the gluteus minimus or something. This is more like a B shape for dudes because their butts are a little bit more muscular than females. But I tried to like make it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I tried to not make it like a super super butt or whatever. But it's hard because I've practiced it for so long, on women. Click. All right, so I'm gonna try to fix this real quick. His underwear. This is for Twitch purposes. He's gonna be having clothes on, so we won't even see that. Won't see any of this. So I might not even worried about it. But I need to practice. I need to learn how to do it. Make more natural looking. Because his butt doesn't match his body really, and he's kind of muscular. Because I was following the muscular, like a muscular male anatomy besides his chest. I tried to make his chest. I tried to give him like boobs, like man boobs, because he's not like he's someone who can be in a field, but he's a little overweight because he's not always in the field. You know what I'm saying? But like I've seen people do that. I've seen people who look overweight, but they can run for miles and miles for somehow. I guess they just have like muscle underneath all of that, or something like a sumo wrestler. That's what I was trying to go for, like someone who looks out of shape, but they're kind of not really, not all the way out of shape, just kind of a little off, just a little bit off. Maybe a little off there, little under over the hill, I would say. And I gotta try to give him a little turkey neck here. Sumo wrestlers are crazy in shape. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I was just using that as an example, as uh, you win like if some like if they wore clothes or whatever, you I don't know, you probably like some of them look kind of overweight, but they're not really. They just eat. They have to eat a lot to maintain that. So it's kind of I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I know they're in shape though. Yeah, definitely. Anyways, yeah, like try to give them some, so inner tube waist, and then after that, it just goes completely sculpt right here. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Get thrown across the room by one of those people. I've seen kids do that. It'd be like little kids. They like little kids sumo wrestling, and they would just manhandle people. It's crazy. Uh, okay, so where do we start? Besides, the obvious, his legs and his arm. I guess we can do arms, right? I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I can adjust right now. I see this right here. I don't have a reference for a turkey neck. That's something I didn't really look at. I was really mainly focused on muscle groups and fat pads. I don't ask me why I was watching lightweight sumo. Well, yeah, yeah, same here. I just came across it. You come across something that you never really thought about or seen, and you just sit there and watch it for a second. That's what I did. I'm gonna wait until I merge because this is still separate. As you can see, there's a clear division line here. I did the head, and then I started the body, and I wanted to get to the nether regions so I could start streaming this as backup in case I get to and that's pretty much what I want to try to do. I want to try to keep a flow going as far as 3D art. It's still a new skill for me, so I'm still learning it, and especially learning it in all in one program. I broke my workflow up to different programs, but we're gonna stick to Blender from now on. And it doesn't all. It's not certain things aren't always the same, like remeshing or baking. So we're relearning that, and we're gonna switch to what we know for now on stream while I learn how to do that on Blender off stream. Of course, I already said that already. So we're gonna go on ahead and let's do some arms. We're gonna get some arms going. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the underwear. Okay, I was gonna say I was looking at the remesh. This number was off. That's what stopped me. 0.1. I'm like, wait, it shouldn't be that low for the body, but we're on. That's because we were just adjusting the underwear. Sorry, we are a little discombobulated, but that's okay. All right, we're back on track. So we're gonna work on some arms. I think I know what the problem is though. This should be a little bit wider. This should match his waist, his body. It's like he's like semi in shape, then completely out of shape, and then like super buff down here. He has three different body types on one body. I think that's what the problem is. I probably have to make his legs thinner. Definitely his butt smaller and more flabby because he's overweight. But well, since all of this is in, I'll have to make those adjustments off stream. Unfortunately, for you guys and gals, yeah, this is starting to look a little bit more correct. I do have am looking at some references here that might help me. I've never sculpted this body shape before, so I've usually just been physically fit people because that's what most of my references are. Physically fit people. It's probably a good idea to learn how to have a really solid grasp on anatomy before you start doing like the extremes, right? Like someone who is super anorexic, which I do have a character who is very thin, so that's gonna be fun. Drawing half a skeleton. But and of course adding on pads, we just pretty much just exaggerate all the fat areas, right? That's it. That's like a really simple way of explaining it, but it's not just that, I think, because you kind of have to add fat everywhere, and that's where the difficulty comes in. And of course, I was using the clay brush, so all these, the texture of the clay brush kind of gives it that the texture that they're like really like a Greco-Roman wrestler type body shape or body type, you know, how the statues are drawn where they're kind of buff, but they kind of have like more weight over that buff, kind of like the sumo wrestler stuff. But yeah, we were not going for that. So I guess I have some some more work to do as far as practicing anatomy, which is fine by me. I don't mind it. I don't mind the practice. I like getting things right without bogging down the project too much, trying to focus on it. Okay, that looks a little better. Let's save it. You could probably, yeah, we're gonna work on the legs. I think we'll have time to work on the legs today too. Let's get the arms going. All right, so we're gonna take a mask, of course, and let's try to lower the brush a little bit. All right, so we're gonna mask out the area where his arms would be. Okay, and then we're gonna invert that because we're going to use a grab tool to pull out that area, and that'll be his shoulders, of course. And we give him some old man shoulders or out of shape shoulders. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. They're gonna start off as flippers though, as you can see. So yeah, here we are. We're just gonna give him. Oh, we want to keep it in the A pose because that'll make rigging this character easier. Doing it, I've done a sculpt in the T pose, but if this is the default and then you rig it like when you rig it and then you start posing the sculpt, sometimes you get wrinkles in the sculpt because this is the default position. And you can fix it. It's an easy fix actually, but I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to avoid having to fix that. So we're going to angle him down a little bit to the A pose. It's a little bit more natural. Like very rarely, unless you're doing like some kind of like Magneto pose where you have to have your arms out and there's like power coming out of his hands or something like that. You're not typically going to draw anyone like in this shape. Okay. I don't have very many people in my story that that are basically superheroes. This is a very grounded in reality story, but it does have some fantastical elements. So we won't have to worry about doing a pose like that for the most part. This guy doesn't get crucified. No, I don't think anyone gets crucified. That's funny. Yeah, you want to crucify somebody or what was it? You see that what was it? It was a Jamie Foxx movie where he was playing the leader of the Crips. He kept doing this in the movie because this is like he would always do this, and then when they put him in jail, like his cell was so small that he couldn't even do his T pose anymore. It was a weird thing. I don't know if that actually happened with the real guy. I think that was what Stanley Tookie Williams. They made a movie, something I think Redemption or something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. No one's gonna be doing that in this story, so no. He looks like a weird man baby creature now, but we're gonna fix that. All right. So what we're gonna do is Alt M to erase the mask, of course. Then we can start building the shoulders. Now let's see if I can get this right. LOL, I associate that movie with a pet finch I had. Oh yeah. Why is that? Was he? Oh, took you. Okay, gotcha. That was the most obvious answer. My first thought was that your pet was making noise while you were watching it, or something like that. I don't know why. That's just where my mind went immediately. So let's try to stretch the back muscles a little bit into the shoulder without. He's not supposed to be like have the appearance of someone who is super strong, but um, we can get the muscle groups in there and then soften them and whatnot later. You just have to remember to not leave it like this. That's all. And we're not going. Well, I don't know. I don't really see any triceps on a body type. Like what the heck? Okay, yeah. See, every time you make a really big change to your mesh, like pulling out a part, you want to remesh it. I almost forgot that. Matter of fact, let's go back. We want to make sure that when we remesh it, there's not a hole in his arm. Like, LOL, the least gangster bird ever. Yeah. We want to make sure that when we remesh it, he doesn't have a hole in his arm like he got like sepsis or something that had like a lot of his arm removed. Might as well just amputate it at that point if you have a hole that big. You ever hear those stories of people getting like injections or whatever because they want to follow that beauty trend so bad that they get like back alley cheap operations done, like people getting like fix a flat injected into it or something like that, and it causes sepsis, and then they got to clear all that out, and it's basically just holes in your body once they get all that stuff out of you. Yeah, very it's crazy and dangerous. Oh yeah, we were gonna wait. Did I remesh this? Pretty sure I did not hit remesh. Okay, it's remesh now. It doesn't really matter to me now. All right. Yeah, it's there's a lady who shopped at my old job who, I don't say this to be mean, looked like sexy Frankenstein. Oh man. I imagine there's a lot of people on the West Coast who get those operations done, because it's people trying to go there and become stars, and um I hear that there's a lot of good looking people out there as a result. They go out there, whatever, for whatever reason they don't make it or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But anybody who thinks they have a shot, they go out there, right? And then, probably end up staying there, and then they have kids or whatever, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, like a giant eugenics experiment or something. That was a joke, but yes. Yeah, they always say like LA 10 compared to like the rest of the country. I assume that's the reason, because there's a lot of people who were trying to get into Hollywood because they had a look or whatever. Yeah, I figured. Just an observation. I don't know. I like I said, even though I was born nearby, I wasn't born in LA, but I was born near there. I don't really remember much of that place, so I can't really say for sure. Oh, he looks like a burn victim now. We're gonna smooth that out though. Don't even worry about it. What we should do, however, is I'm trying to get the muscle groups going here, even though he's not super. The most beautiful women on earth work at Los Angeles diners. Yeah, I believe it. I'm not in the sexy part of California, unfortunately. You need all the Infinity Stones to make it in Hollywood, or I don't know, just know the right people. I guess I don't know. Can't just get by on looks alone. I don't know. Maybe some people have, I'm sure, but You know, not everybody's going to be able to do that. Otherwise, there'd be a lot more actors and actresses. I can't see myself being an actor. You know, I don't know. I never really fancied myself as being able, even if I could like really do like an act or something. You know, like I'm sure I could memorize lines, but you know, just to, I can't see myself doing a scene or anything like that. Explain Megan Fox. No, you explain Megan Fox. She looked fine the way she was, but now she lost it, man. I don't know. She too followed the trend of getting those crazy injections. She did not need that shit at all. But I mean, it's her face. She can do whatever she wants, but she does not. She is a far cry to what she looks like now. So then she's not even. I don't find her attractive anymore. She looks like everyone else who fell for that. I don't know anything about Machine Gun Kelly other than he's named after. He's one of those people who name themselves after gangsters who died, and and that's it. Really, I don't even. I'm not even sure if he's a rapper. To be honest, I've never heard of him. I mean, I've heard of him only because of her. To be honest, because you know, I can't get enough of reporting on people's personal lives, and that is something that will bleed everywhere into any media. Really, I don't follow her. I didn't even know about what she did to herself until I saw a picture of her, and I looked and I was like, I said, why? You compare that to Transformers. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I can guess he's got tattoos and he's named after a gangster, a real life gangster. Sounds like a rapper to me, but he could be a rock star for all I know. I don't know. I don't know his freaking music. Well, you know, good for them. You know, he's got for what it's worth. You know, he ended up with Megan Fox. I mean, good, very good for him. I'd say he did the right thing, but he should have convinced her not to do anything to her face. Honestly, she would have looked better with just a little bit of crow's feet or wrinkles or whatever she was trying to avoid doing. More, it's better than now. You know, it's better than what you know. When I look at that, I think of that scene from Escape from L.A. There you have that group of that cult that Snake Plissken runs into, where they just have their like these super, they just continuously like put surgery, get surgery done on themselves, or you know, get surgical procedures. That's what I see when I see people who get that work done on their face. Hey Trig, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Yeah, when I see people who do that to themselves, that's the first thing I think of, where they just look like a bunch of like horror show people. And I don't get why they're doing it. You're literally, you know, Botox is, there's a reason why I guess that would be the Latin sub syllable, whatever you would call it. Tox, tox isn't good for you. If that gets into your bloodstream, it's going to shut your whole nervous system down. And even if they do save you from that and get it out of you, your nervous system will not recover for a long time. And you're injecting that into your face. It's literally toxins. It's from bacteria, and you're putting that in your body. And what it does is um I guess, well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor here, but it like kind of like basically just kills the nerves or your muscles in your into the point where it doesn't wrinkle your face. But if you get that done wrong, you could easily die from it. I don't think it's worth it, in my opinion. But I don't live that life, so I can't really tell you what is or what isn't worth it. I wouldn't do it. I don't care if I need to save my career or not. I mean, I feel like if I make that kind of money, you know, make smart moves and put that money away and try to save it, which I don't know is probably kind of impossible if you live in LA in the first place. I've seen the the cost of housing there, it's ridiculous and probably not even worth it, especially now with all the people leaving that state for greener pastures. But I don't live that life, so whatever. And it's their face, so they can do whatever they want with it. But I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't have to get it though, and I don't want to get it. All I can do is look at how you or see how you look before, and then see how you look now, and then move on. Man, I didn't get yeah. But in her case, I didn't get it. I'm sorry. I don't care how that makes me sound. I don't understand why she did that. She looked completely fine before. Completely. Now we're looking at some weird nubs here. We're gonna try to smooth them out. I don't mean to sound like a gossip crow or whatever the heck. Gossip cop. Just something that came up, okay? It's not my forte whatsoever. It's just something that I happen to come across searching for something else, and thought it'd be a decent thing to bring up. I mean, that's what it's all for, right? That's why people report on it. I was saying, I don't know. I just yeah. Why would you want to look like everyone else? There's so many people to get that same high cheekbone, thick lip looking, wrinkleless. I don't know, man. Pillowy lips. Who likes that, man? I could sculpt that right now if you want me to. I could like probably just grab that and just pull this out and then take these lips and just yank this down and then inflate them. You got to go to LA to understand it. Yeah, I guess. I guess I do. Will I ever though? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I love LA, but it's a strange place for sure. Yeah, it's very I don't know, man. The more I think about it, the more I feel like Grand Theft Auto 5 is an accurate representation of LA. And it probably is for all I know. I don't know. It's supposed to be satire and not real, but I feel like that's it's probably not too far off from the truth. Hey studio, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great morning. Oh, we got the spinny Marcelines. Loading Marcy. Is that are you using that for your game? Or did you use that for I didn't play your first game yet. I completely forgot, but I did try the mermaid one. Music, you say? It's a little too low on my end. Oh yeah, this is Sonic CD. Yeah, I like Sonic CD. It's either whether it's Japan or America, because they have two different soundtracks. Both of the soundtracks are good to me, and they have it's this mechanic where you can go into the past or oh okay, yeah. I remember you. I think I was in your stream when you made that sprite. Just not. I don't know if you did the emote on stream though. I'm pretty sure if you did, definitely didn't see it. But yeah, they have this mechanic in that game where you can go into past and future versions of each level, and each level has a different look and soundtrack. And this is the past version of one of the levels. Yeah, you helped me with the animation, I think, on stream. Oh yeah, was it the jumping one, right? Yeah. You know what made me think of that? I was playing X-Men 2 Clone Wars years ago, and like when you jump in that game, they have like a jump, like a rising jump, and then when they're at the apex of the jump, it's like the position they would be if you jump straight up, and then when you're jumping forward, they have a rising and then the apex animation and then a falling one, kind of like they'll put their leg out or something like a nightcrawler would or something, and that's what made me think of that. So I thought maybe that would make the jump look a little more organic. That's where the idea came from. I don't know if I said that on the stream, but I remember that, and that's what I was thinking of when I think of it. Sonic CD has a really cool concept and the best boss fight a '90s kid could ask for. For a long time I said that Sonic 3 and Knuckles is probably the best Sonic game ever, but I put Sonic CD on the same level, if not a little bit better, to be honest. I really wish I'd played that sooner. I played it like later in life, when I was nearly an adult. Well, actually, yeah, basically when I was an adult, that's when I played it. I didn't get to play it. I didn't have a Sega CD, and the one person that I knew that did have a Sega CD did not have Sonic CD, so I didn't get to play it until I decided to look for it. Okay, now we gotta flab his arm up. Yeah, you know what's funny? I got a guidebook. I think it was from Brady Games, and it was the most unhelpful guidebook in the world. But it was a guidebook that had Sonic 3, and on the back it had Sonic CD in the same guidebook. They don't tell you anything about the game. They don't tell you how to beat it or anything. It really was a pointless. It was really a waste of 9.99. To be honest, they didn't guide you or anything. But that's how I learned about Sonic CD, was through that guidebook. And I always wondered how that game played, and that's what made me go and try it, because I never really heard anybody talk about it or anything like that. And then when they started re-releasing the game on Steam, then all the fans come out of the woodwork. So it should have just been called Book. Yeah, it had Sonic on it, and then they would have like a brief description of the level or whatever. And I think at one point they just say, you know what, we're not going to guide you anymore. You're just going to have to figure the rest out on your own, or something like that. It was really dumb, really dumb. It was bought for me, and I think it was given to me by a family member, something like that, because I didn't have either of those games at the time. So I just got a guidebook for a game I don't have. I don't know, but I was grateful. I accepted it. And of course, if I ever wanted to draw Sonic, I had plenty of reference. It had more pictures of art, Sonic art, than the actual guide, itself to the game. Yeah, it was a lot of waste of paper and trees back then when it came to guidebooks. Like you'll have I had a Resident Evil 2 guide, and I think I actually got this because I was playing Resident Evil 2 at the time. Um, it only had the A side. It would only tell you how to do the A side and not the B side, and you had to pay for that. It's very weird. So it's like if you when you get the disc 2, it told you the A side for, was it just one character or was it for both characters? I think it was the guidebook just told you the A side for both characters, and then when you go to the B side, it was like, oh yeah, there's a B side, the end, and it's like, oh, all right. So if I save the game on Claire or Leon and then switch to the other character and play the B side, you're just on your own. So I had to wait for Game Pro had a B side guide in their magazine, and that was when I was like, oh, okay. And it's not really a game that requires a guide, but if you ever want to know like how to do everything after the fact, then is A and B side when you play with the other character. Yeah, we have to beat the game first. Say like if you play with Claire and then you beat the game, it'll tell you to save, and then her name is Claire. Yeah, you say Claire Redfield's Chris Redfield's brother or sister. You play the game, and then at the end you save it, and then when you continue that save, and on a disc on this on a you put the other disc in and you start that save. You load game, hit the save, you'll start the B side, and then it's basically a completely different story when you do the B side, but with the other character. And you can do it either or. Like you could play with Leon first, and then do Claire, and it'll be different for either. whatever order you play it in, it will be different than if you played it the other way. So it's got a lot of replay value to it. And for one of those reasons, you might want to see a guide to see if there's anything that you can do that you wouldn't normally be able to uh, figure out or something like that. Like there's like a lot of modes that you can unlock, and if you play it in a certain time, and I'm pretty sure the guide that I had didn't even tell you that. So those games, when I played those games, 3D games were a new concept to me. So guides were a little helpful in my case because once you know what's possible in things like that, then you really don't need a guide anymore. But it's like, okay, I'm coming from Sega and playing this. It's like I don't know what to expect. So it's like I don't know. I think my dad bought me that guide. I didn't really ask for a guide, but I think he just saw me playing Resident Evil and he was like, "Oh, here, take this." And I was like, "Oh, all right, thanks." Because normally I'm pretty sure I could figure out on my own like how to beat something, but since I had it, I was like, okay, oh, okay, that's how this works, or oh, I can do that. All right, no problem, no problem, studio. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, is there more commands? I don't know the commands. I gotta look at that. I'm sorry. I've been slacking on my stream, working on my stream. I have some planned little bells and whistles that I want to add to my stream. I haven't started working on them yet, but I do have the ideas, pieces of the idea. I just got to put them all together. That I've been trying to put together a little couple more animation things and things like that. And I want to do that before I start doing the game playthroughs or whatever. I'm trying to make his arm old and flabby. He looks somewhat physically fit. Adler command add test. This is a dank test command. Kappa? What is happening? At least well, I don't know. Do I have to activate? I thought I did activate stream elements, but I don't know what I'm doing yet. So I'm super lost with that. Like I linked it to my account, but then like I don't know what I'm supposed to do next. I'll have to take a look at stream elements and see if there's any permissions I need to grant or whatever. But I think when I was looking at it, it did say, oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, I was gonna say it did say that that mod should be able to do that. Yeah, there you go. Lurking in the shadows. I like it already. But yeah, I had a few guidebooks. You don't want to get anything from uh Freeman Gate Brady games are probably the worst guidebooks to get, I think. I guess game magazines had the best guides when I really think about it. Or if you had a computer internet access, you can go to Game Facts and you get people who actually played the game all the way through and know it better than you to write the guide, and that's usually a better option than paying for it. Yeah, Prima was the worst. I need to add it to say the person be right back. Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a actually the Toy Story guide for Genesis was actually, I mean, really not much to Toy Story. It's not like it has, yeah, tips and tricks. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, tips and tricks was good too. My friend put me onto that. One of my friends did. He would get tips and tricks. I was still on Game Pro, and he was like, he was the one who was like, man, stop getting Game Pro, get Game Informer. And I guess he was, in a way, he was right. Game Informer was a better magazine back in the day. They didn't really sugarcoat things like they do now. They're kind of bought now. But back in the day, they used to have really good articles. They will tell you like it is, like, yo, no, this game sucks. Don't get this. And then they would like slay the game too. On top of that, with tips and tricks, I felt like I beat Fear Effect 2 without ever playing it. Fear Effect. I need to get in. I always heard about that game. I never played it, and I think I have that game too because I went on on a little emulator. I went and found some things to play later. Game Pro had an envelope art section. That was dope. I still remember some of that art. Some of that art, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." You know, I actually still remember some of the art that was sent in the mail from people. You found Never Ending PS1, the Never Ending PS1. Yeah, I found the Never Ending PS1. Like I could have a lot of games for PS1 that I could play right now. Well, at least the ones that I wanted to play. I don't have them all. There's only a few libraries, a few game libraries that I have everything of. I think that would be Genesis, SNES, GBA. Oh, N64. I'm pretty sure I got all those. But I have a lot of popular titles for all the rest of the things. I don't have anything for Xbox yet. I'm still setting that up, and I might have to get on that because it's getting they're starting to crack down on sites that I regularly use a little more than usual. They just went Nintendo just came and had some stuff taken down from one of my main sites. So I think I got everything I could for Nintendo though, so I'm not too worried about that. Xbox simulation isn't great, unfortunately. Oh no, I just want to play Jet Set Radio Future again because they don't have that on Steam. They have the first one on Steam, but not the second for whatever reason, which doesn't make any sense because if it's a licensing issue, they got the license for many of those artists made music for both games. So I don't unless somebody else remixed the music. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened, but I always assumed they were the same artist. Well, it doesn't make sense though if they are the same artist that if it's a licensing issue because they got the first one up there. Good. I need to get that. And as far as everything else, Microsoft should have that on PC, like Halo. Don't need to emulate that. Um, Xbox One. What was on that? Fable One. That's on PC as well, and it's coming back apparently. 99 sent me some. They were coming out with another Fable game, so that'll be interesting. Hope it's good. I only played Fable 3. Okay, I'm editing. Sorry for spam. Don't worry about it, studio. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, that's it's a big help. You're helping me out with the commands. So whatever you're adjusting there, go for it. I saw the new Fable trailer. Yeah, Uh, I guess you're gonna be like a little person now. Like you're gonna be like miniature. At least that's what I got from the thing. I'm not sure if that's how it is, but that's the impression I got from it. Regardless, if it's fun, I'll play it. I don't really care about the concept as long as my boyfriend had me replay the beginning of the first Fable a few months ago. I was like, oh no, these graphics. Yeah, once you get, I never played the first Fable. I've seen people play the second. Um, there's there were games that a lot of people really spoke highly of. I've only played the third one, and apparently that was the weakest one. So I don't have a lot to uh to go off of as far as reference, but it was okay, I guess. Fable 3 was all right, but apparently it was missing a lot of features that 1 and 2 had. So I don't know. It's the only one I played though. Me and 99, we played it as a co-op quite a bit back in the day. It's kind of messed up that you can just grab somebody and just like fart in their face, and you can just hold the button down and you just keep farting, and just hold it, and you're just stuck there until the person decides to let the button go. They should probably work on that. I didn't even actually beat Fable 3 as well. Like you can complete the story, but it doesn't end. Like it keeps going. There's like more things to complete, and I didn't know that. I thought once the credits rolled, that was it. But apparently, there was more game. So I didn't actually technically beat it. I was thinking about going back to playing it, but I don't know. I mean, I have so many other games that that I want to play, and I guess I can play them on stream. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm trying to set that up this month. I really want to do that. Y'all can see me live and die and build stuff and whatnot. If you want, I'm gonna do it regardless. But if you want to see it, you can. I don't remember much of it except trying to marry everyone and sacrificing people to Fable's devil. Is this the third or the first? I don't remember you being able to sacrifice, but I do remember like some kind of romance option that you can do. I played a good character, the first one. Okay, yeah, I remember the big selling point was that every decision you made would affect your character, like physically and uh and stat wise. Like if you kept getting hit in a certain this I'm only going by what I read. I don't know how the game actually turned out, but they said that you could you can like get a scar like if you keep getting hit in certain areas or whatever. And I've seen a lot of people play Fable 2. I'm guessing that was the best one of the series. I like out of all three of them. I remember that in the marketing. Yeah, they kept saying that. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I guess I'll try that one day." And I never did. I never tried it. I did have an Xbox at the time, but after a while I think I sold it or gave it away and got a PS2. I got another PS2. I actually had two PS2s. Well, three total. Fable was the game that made alignment stuff popular, though. Alignment stuff? Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, I'm. I don't think there was a game that did that before Fable. Fable came out when in what was that? Oh 01, oh 02, oh 03, something like that. Alignment? Well, no. Well, did they have alignment stuff in Fallout 1 and 2? Because I haven't played those yet. I've only played 3, 4, New Vegas, etc., etc. Okay, Shin Megami Tensei did it earlier. The only franchise I can think of that might have done it was Fallout. I don't know if the Karma stuff existed in Fallout 1 and 2 yet. I haven't played those yet. I'm gonna play those on stream. I'm definitely gonna play that on stream. I'm actually putting together a mod list for the games that I did beat for Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. So I can play those again on stream. It'll be a replay, so it won't be blind play. Most of the games I plan on playing on stream are games that I never played before, but I am gonna revisit some games as well. I see a lot of people playing Fallout these days because of the show, and it kind of made me want to play it again. So I guess thanks, Amazon Prime, for that. I thought I'd never play that game again, and I have a very love hate relationship with current Fallout games. I have not played 76 though. I think maybe one day it's in the pipe. I don't know. I heard it's grindy. I like grindy stuff, but I already played grindy things as it is. I don't like I can't play too many grindy games at once because I'll never get anything done. I think Fallout has something like that, but more in depth. I haven't played it myself. Did you play Fallout 4? Yep, beat it too. But I didn't play every option. The bugs that were in Boston kept making me lose my data, and I had to go. That game actually made me mod the game. It made me learn how to mod games as a result of that game being so buggy. There was some kind of like the it's like a performance hit or a memory leak. There's something that happens in when you reach Boston, and I went and I was really into the settlement. You can't go too far into that because that kind of breaks the game. You only have the script only has like a limited amount of keywords and things that you can do before you start breaking the script. If you go over that amount, you'll get a memory leak at some point in your game, and it'll just keep getting worse and worse and worse until you can't start the game anymore. So I had to start over a lot because of that. But once I started modding it and fixing it and patching and getting all the patches that you can get in mods, I got a bug where I lost the main story. It was probably because yeah, and there were some restarts I had to do. Like sometimes you can start the game and go to that town that's nearby where you find Preston, and that quest will be broken for the rest of the game. And so you can't really do Minutemen if that happens. And then you have let me see if I can remember all the yeah, some quests will break, and if that one breaks, no Minutemen for you. And you kind of need to progress. I think you kind of need to progress that in order to branch out to the other. Like you have Railroad, you have Institute, Brotherhood of Steel. I think you have to follow the main story with Preston for a bit before you branch off and choose which who to work for or whatever. My first when I finally did get to the point where the game was stable enough to play, I chose the Institute because at that point I just didn't care anymore what happened, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna help the Institute. But I think when I replay it on stream, I'm gonna choose one of the other ones. It's a very short main story too. It was very lackluster. I had more fun doing like searching the map and doing all the other side quests than doing the actual main story. I usually do it last. I do everything but the main story, and then I do the main story. But the main story was like what 10 quests, and it's over. I had a mission where I had to follow Dogbeat, and he was just gone. I don't like Dogbeat whatsoever. Dogbeat made me fall off a building because he follows in front of you, and there's like parts in downtown Boston where you go up high in a skyscraper and you have to like walk across beams, and Dogbeat will try to go in front of you if you have him with you, and he can push you off, and if you fall off, of course you're gonna die. So because you're like high up, that happened a lot, and it got to the point where I would either shoot Dogbeat myself or just not take him with me. He was like, "Hey, oh, Dogbeat found something. Oh," he'll run off. I'm like, "Okay, let's see what you found this time, Dogbeat. Go up to him. Oh, a bullet to a gun I don't use. Thanks so much. Good boy. You took me all the way off my path just to give me something, an empty bottle." Dogbeat, you piece of shit. Or he'll run off and like try to fight a something that he shouldn't be fighting, like a Yao Guai, and just get murdered, and then stand in front of the door so I can't go in. And he's like trying to get up and like sliding off his little paws or whatever. Dogby is more annoying than helpful to me, but he's a dog. People like dogs, so there you go. I'm not a pet person. The robot homie was an ass. Oh yeah, Codsworth or Curie, because there's two, right? You get two, and you get three if you count Automaton, the DLC. You can make your own. Got to know this kid. Oh, listen, studio. Okay, I practiced on women, and they all were Brazilian. Okay, I can't for some reason I can't make the butts look normal. Okay, this is a CIA person. I gotta adjust this. I have to adjust this. Thank you. If you see anything, don't hesitate to tell me. I am not as far as criticism, I have very thick skin. I'm great. Please, anything wrong? If I show you something, uh, just be honest, okay? I'm very grateful for things like this. Yeah, I thought I sagged it. It was actually more supple than that. And I was like, okay, let me just yank this down, and then it looked fine to me. But then I kept looking at it. I was like, man, this for someone who's supposed to be overweight, he looks like he squats a train. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's something I still have to work on. Supple. Yeah, I still have to work on that. Like he's a bit muscular for his body type, and of course, like yeah, there's a lot. I still got a lot. He's doing those Mr. Incredible workouts. I've never seen The Incredibles, but I see a lot of memes about it. Maybe I should watch it. The only one of those Pixar movies that I would consistently look at is Toy Story because that came out. Shoot, I was in fourth grade, and I still watch those every now and then. I think I still have to see the fourth one though. I had it on, but I wasn't really watching it. I think I was actually writing my story at the time uh, when they were showing it on TV, and I wasn't really paying attention to what happened. I just know that some of the characters that were presumably gone came back, and something else happened. I don't know. Incredibles is pretty good. Good soundtrack too. Yeah, I keep seeing. I see a lot of things on Incredibles. A little weird with the animation. Some people make animations, like little smutty animations about some of the characters, which I don't get. I'm pretty sure they're underage, but they age them up and whatever. And then the memes, of course. So it must be very popular for people to be doing that. Yeah. Yeah. This is gonna be a problem. I swear, I'm gonna have to nerf every butt that I create, even on the women. I get it. I know I'm gonna have to do that every time. I can't help it because of how I learned how to sculpt. Now I can't stop no matter what. I got a skinny character. I swear, if this skinny character also has a gyat, or however the heck you say it, um, I'm gonna flip my own lid. Okay, it's not intentional. I mean, well, at first it was, when I was learning, but now it's not. Now I can't. You got to make a butt asset library so you can import the one you want. Yeah, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't fight it. Maybe I should just keep making them like that. Just make everybody just, that way no one can complain. That I only do this to women. You can't complain. You got proof now. You have proof. You have proof. Maybe I am foolproofing my art for the future. Butt ass at yes. Let me get a flat. I know that a lot of people in the industry are going the other way with it. They're trying to make people less idealistic, but I don't work for anyone, so I can just make whatever I want. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm not trying to beg for a job. I'm making my own thing. I don't honestly don't know what's gonna happen. Like if it'll be popular enough to consider making money from it, but it's just something that I'm doing for fun for now. So just make whatever. Who cares? Maybe I shouldn't fight it anymore. Maybe let's just be like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let's have everybody just have a freaking yacht, right? That way no one can complain. Everyone's got one. Shut your mouth. What you talking about? I'm not objectifying anyone here. Look at that. Look at that. Does that look like I'm discriminating? Not one. Yeah, that looks so weird. Oh my god. Nah, don't nerf the butts. That's where the money's at. Yes, you know what? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe I should just keep going. What, if anybody ever sees the VOD, if I get to the point where we're there's a webcomic and there's a fan base, now you know the origin of uh, this. He's on to something here. Welcome in, Locke. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great morning. If it's morning for you, I don't know. I don't know where everyone is, but I'm gonna assume that it's morning. It's morning somewhere. It's morning here. I'm having trouble making something look flabby, of course. Yeah, he's supposed to be, out of shape, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna be clothed. He's going to be clothed. I still have trouble with ears though. My ears are My ears probably still need a little bit more. It's still a little unrendered there, but for the most part, um, it looks like an ear. And this guy's I'm looking at his face here. I think I need to put a his jawline there. I try to make his face a little fat. Let me see. Yeah, maybe you can't. I don't think you can see the jawline on someone who has a kind of like a like big jowls and got a little bit of the neck down there. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to see the line there. I'm to check. I'm going to check with I'm going to find some references on people that are out of shape later. More references, so I can craft more out of shape people correctly. Nice and useful, to know how to do different body types. Anywho's, we're gonna go for some tweaks here. How about that? Oh, realness. Did you see the Metal Gear Delta trailer? Metal Gear Solid Delta trailer yet? And if you did, what do you think about it? I don't think they're showing everything. I think they actually did. It seemed like a one for one remake, but I think they actually did add no more content to. Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you see it. I figured it'd be something that is up your alley. At first I was like, they should just probably just retire the series. But now that they're insisting on bringing it back, I hope they do a good job of it. They don't have Kojima anymore, so maybe they should just do a new IP. But I guess they're not going to give up on it. So I try to make his gut come over his underwear a little bit. I had to move it up some. That's why you see this here. This gut line here was actually down here when I made it, but then I moved it up and over. I need to flatten this out though, so that way it doesn't look weird. Just making little minor tweaks here and there. We can't put any nipples on because it's Twitch, but we won't need them. And plus, I can always just add those in post later. When I'm actually drawing the character. Sorry, I had to do that. Anyways, okay, go to object. We're gonna select the body. We're gonna go back to the body, and we're gonna continue sculpting that. I don't really I'm I'm starting to get a little more comfortable sculpting anything. I actually have a bunch of notes here from when I took when I was figuring all this stuff out. This is filled. I don't know if you can see that. It's filled with text for like 3 pages. That's where it ends. If you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but I can't. The little pages a little whited out, but there's a lot of notes here. I'm not even using that anymore. I'm just pretty much just doing whatever. So I'm feeling like we're making progress as far as solidifying a workflow. So I guess that's good. And it's being done in fewer polygons. Well, I don't know. I have to check and see. I'm pretty sure this number may have been the body for the body was lower, but the head is definitely lower. Well, anyway. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, I like the way they did boss. A lot of people were kind of being weird about her face, but I think it looks like the boss to me. It's like, bro, she's middle aged. She's a soldier. Okay, she's not gonna be wearing makeup. All right, she's not like an anime waifu. And there's no piss yellow filter. Okay, but people will nitpick anything these days. I think they gave her more of an overbite, but it's like okay, it's like they're making it more realistic. That's the only change that I personally see is they kind of gave her more of an overbite, but that's it. She looks like the boss. I like the flatness, so I know exactly where to put the mask when I mask out the rest of the arm. I don't have to, but I feel like if it's rounded, I'm gonna get more. I'm gonna mask more than I should, so I just flatten it a little bit. It's basically what I'm doing here. Instead of having like a stump, you can just have like a just a clear flat surface there, and then just mask it and then extrude it. The people complaining can look at paramedics. She got a glow up. Yeah, she had. I think I felt like she had a wider face in the original. Yeah, they kind of like slimmed her down a little bit. I don't know. I look at stuff like that more now since I do that myself. I make I sculpt 3D now, so I started to notice things more in other 3D sculpts and 3D models. Yeah, I think they did a good job. Like if I do a middle aged woman, um, it's not gonna look anything like that. She's probably gonna look like way like even like a little too young for her age. I think I'm still like I still struggle with that. My goal is to like I'll go for realism for the 3D model, but we're going to like stylize it for the pages. I just want a good reference to follow. That's all. I don't think my art will be super realistic, unless you count what I did a couple weeks ago in digital art. That I mean, it's gonna be something like that. I think. I don't think that's. I think that's like more semi-realism than. A99, welcome to the stream. I think that's more semi-realism than realism. Realism. Yeah, you don't have to see average looking people in art. Yeah, it's hard to do it too. Like, well, I don't know. It's kind of easy to like do it like a dude because you can easily just like kind of like I don't know chisel out like all kinds of features and wrinkles there. But let's see. We were talking about uh terrible guidebooks today. Uh, facial facial surgery in LA and how it pretty much not only is it dangerous, but it just ruins your face. And I don't get it. It doesn't look good. Yeah, but look at this 99. I can't stop. Okay. And you know what? I'm not going to stop. Okay. I'm not going to stop. Fable. Yes, Fable. And now we're talking about uh, Metal Gear Solid Delta. I'm sure there's more. I might be forgetting everything. I try to re redo it in order, but yeah, basically. You got to catch up on the stream. Oh my god, this is gonna be a thing. And you know what? Now I know what emote is gonna be made. But I think a lot of people have butt emotes, so that's not gonna be something that is unique to me. I see that all the time actually. Butt emotes, but it's okay. You know what? Maybe I should just stop fighting it. Everybody gets a badonky, as they say, a dump truck. Let's dump truck everybody. Yeah, made an animated butt shaking. Yeah, you showed me that. Yeah, and I've seen people use it too. That's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of twerking emotes. I seen a really good one. I don't have access to it, or I would show you. It's an alien. It's like a top down view of an alien. Like they're leaning on a DJ table and they're just like twerking like crazy, and there's like all kinds of lights. It's like a female alien like just super twerking. It's almost like a dagger, if you ever heard of daggering, but without the other person. Um, yeah, that's probably the favorite one I've ever seen. Daggering, yeah. That's the best way I can describe it. It was like, whoa, whoa, why even have clothes? Like, why even pretend at that point, right? That's what I see. That's what I think when I see daggering. Just having an orgy right then and there. All right, so we're gonna extend the arm right now. I think we can work on the well, I don't know. We can probably go with this. See, if you have your arms out like this and you're this body shape, there's gonna be some hangage. We can't show that here because uh, well, we could actually. We could put like a wiggle bone there, and then the wiggle bone will automatically add gravity to the arm. But that's not necessary for what we're doing here, so we're not gonna do it. And someone I was at someone's stream and I was saying I was like, yeah, I've seen meshes where people can simulate muscle movement when they move, like they can make the muscle move like it should if you like roll your shoulders or your chest or whatever. And they said that I could do that with shape keys. So that's going to be a future project, learning how to do that because I think that would be very useful to add to a mesh. So if I wanted to do a study using just my own meshes, I could, as long as I make it realistic enough. Then I could just do whatever pose I want, whatever studies pose, and then have the actual muscles like turning or contorting or flexing, whatever, for any mesh. I think that'd be very useful to have. But I'd have to animate every muscle. That's going to take a lot. But I could at least make a dedicated mesh for that, maybe. But it'd be nice to add that to every mesh, because then I could put that like on if I'm using it for as is for a final project or as a reference, it would be useful for both. We're going to inflate that, and then we're going to pull out more arm. Daggering with stitches. Okay. Let's try that. Let's increase the radius a little bit more. That's what we're going to do here. Whoa. Bent the wrong way. What you do if you've seen this coming at you? Big, flabby, flippery baby. Making an RV zombie with them dogs. Yeah. So I think just some kind of abomination. Oh, you know what? There's a way to do this that's easy. Oops. Okay. The concept here is to take this and move it here, and then I could just use the X, Y, and Z to just pull it straight out. But I haven't done that in a while because we were working past this section so much that I kind of forgot how to do it. So I need to refigure that out. But that's exactly how you would fix this problem. I just forget what I have to do in order to do it. We're gonna figure it out real quick though. I think let's see. That Metroidvania started yesterday. I put a couple more hours into it last night and I realized it's bad. Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. What makes it bad, 99? What happened? And we could move it up here, but it would be a lot more accurate if we took this and put it over there. And of course, there's a matter of it not lining up with the exact direction that I'm moving it in. Oh, I see. It's aligned with this arm for some reason. Got a little T1000 action going here. Okay, so we need to make his. You know what? Let's stop that right there. Wait, let's go back. flip it again. Get rid of that. We got to make this longer. His his upper arm should come down, like if it were at his side, should come down past his rib cage. So we got to make this longer before we extend his arm. That okay? You're okay. I was looking for the answer there. I thought you said something. I'm sorry. All right, let's pull a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's probably longer. The boss fights are too easy. The leveling system is a bad sphere grid system that has no options in it. The map is huge with a lot of nothing in all at all in most areas. So the and it auto heals you, so you're never in danger. Oh, what the? All right. Well, don't you like things like that? You like easy stuff, right? At least that's the meme. I don't know. I honestly don't know what's true anymore. As long as it's me, the whole baby games, that whole thing. I don't know. He's bad at baby games. This is the hardest possible difficulty. Huh. Well, so I'm guessing it's more like a linear skill tree. So it's not really like a grid or a sphere grid system if it's linear, right? There's no options. Bad at baby games. Do well at hard games. We only play hard. Yeah, you got to. If you ain't got an S, you got an F. That's the rule. That's the rule. You have to follow it. That's the code. The code of I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Blue. I guess we could. No, we can't really say Blue Falcon. That's a very different term. I guess we could. I don't know. No, not linear. Imagine FFX or FF10 grid, but all the good stats are in a line and everything else is worthless. Code of the Streets of Rage. Sure. we can go with that. Oh yeah, speaking of Mr. X Nightmare, I have to finish that add-on for that game. They're coming out with another Streets of Rage, apparently. I wonder what they're gonna do this time. His back muscle should come down more. I just noticed that. So we're gonna definitely work on that too. Red guy, blue guy mode, yeah. You don't have an S, you got an F. If you ain't got an S, you got an F. That is the rule. If you ain't got an S, you got an F. The only way it's excusable is the game will not allow you to play on the hardest difficulty until you play on like a lower difficulty first. That's the only time it's excusable because you can't literally do it in games like that until you unlock the hardest difficulty. Then you got to do it. So if I play a game and I was like, okay, let's say for example, uh, if they re-release Metal Gear Solid 4 and I play it on stream, but Metal Gear Solid 4, if I remember correctly, does not have the boss extreme unlocked on the first playthrough. So I have to play it on hard. We'll say that's just part of the road to getting that big boss rank, which is basically an S in this case. So I have to play through on hard and then play it again on extreme, then get the S. Okay, that's how it would go. I agree with that, but the exception of if the hardest difficulty isn't harder but time waster. Okay, yeah, like like a survival mode for Fallout 4. I never played survival on Fallout actually, but I'm gonna change that. Wasted my goddamn time. That's make things hard. Well, Arc is you can adjust it from the beginning. There's no real difficulty with Arc. It's literally just you adjust how much damage is done, how much damage can be done to you, how much time things take. As far as time is concerned, you can easily shorten that. That's not really an issue. I don't see Arc in terms of difficulty. That's literally just building for me because I like building stuff. There's going to become a time when nothing is going to stop you from building something. Saying default difficulty in Arc. Yeah, I'm not playing that. No. No one's gonna be sitting there for you know what I did when I first played it? When you first told me about the game and we played it, and I played it a little bit more after that, I'm literally sitting on the beach for hours waiting for something to get to be crafted. I'm not doing that again. That's not fun or hard for me. It's literally what you said. It's a time waster. No, I don't count that. That time's coming down. No, forget that. That time is coming down. There's no way I'm sitting there waiting for days of crafting. The sun is going down now. We're waiting for hours. Dinosaurs are coming. It's night for freaking 2 freaking whole hours or something like that, and there's rafters and dilos in the dark that I can't see, and it can blind me. No, I'm not doing that. I'd rather have fun. So those games don't count. Survival games like that don't count. If you want hard, I'll show you. I'll show you hard. I'm modding. I'm finding a Jesus because this every time I look at OBS and I see that it looks worse on OBS. But you're gonna see hard. Okay, I'm modding Fallout 4 right now to be hard as I don't know what. It's gonna be like a total war. Okay, enemies everywhere, bullets everywhere. I'm gonna try to make it work. That's what I do. I mod games to be harder than they are because if you ain't got an S, even if I gotta make the S myself, then you got an F. There's some JRPG that do that also. FF3 Crystal. It's the hardest mode. The hardest mode just causes 1/18th XP gain. Hmm. Well, some people don't level up when they do. There's some challenge runs where people don't even try leveling up, and it's possible. So I mean, that doesn't seem too bad. It can be done, right? This is, do you want to do it? I feel like if you got to make a challenge for yourself, the game isn't hard to begin with. That's how I feel about it. Like if you have to continuously try to make the game harder, then it's not that hard. It's not really a hard game. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. I've never even heard of that. Same with FF2. If you play the OG, your stats can lower while leveling, which causes you to exploit or grind. There are exploits in that game, right? Isn't that what you were telling me? That you have to use them in order to win? Yeah, I did back when New didn't want to do. We were going to do a joke episode about it. Oh, okay. FF3 needs to level. Should replay that on hard. Replay what? FF3. I've never played any of those FFs except I think it was the whichever one had Shadow in it. That's the only 2D one I've played. And Terra. I was on the PS1 Final Fantasy Anthology. I gave it away because at the time, I had just transitioned from 2D to 3D and I didn't want to go back to playing 2D games. I was real basic about that back in the day, but I got over that. I can play anything now. If it's fun, I'll play it. Whatever. This is when I was still a teenager when I thought this stuff. Okay, let's go back to what we were doing. Now we just need his arm to come down past his groin here. So if the torso is at the right size, which I believe it is, it looks fine to me. Now that I've adjusted it from earlier, we should be able to extend his arms about right here, and they should, well, maybe a little bit less because we're not counting his hand. So we'll probably put his wrist at, yeah, his wrist will be his wrist should be about right here. That game is an hard to say, but it's brutal when you do something wrong. Wrong in what way? Are there like different story branches in this game? And you are you like kind of like forced to only pick certain things to make it easy, or like what do you mean by that? What is wrong? Build it wrong? Build your characters wrong? Maybe because there's always a meta with these types of games, right? At least for some of them. In the subway with all the instant death, I was just restarting the PS3 over and over. What? Instant death subway, huh? That sounds fun. So we're gonna push this arms. Oh yeah, that's right. I said that. Now, there's something here that I feel like a something is missing here. Oh, here we go. Set pivot and pivot to unmask. That's what we had to do. Okay, I knew it would come back to me. There. Now we have the correct way of doing this. So now we can just take it and just pull it directly out. No problem. See how easy that is? You try to do it manually, you're gonna get the weird flipper or bird wing looking shape, and you're just gonna be sitting there trying to adjust it like I was if you don't do it this way. And then you have the natural arm bend forward like a regular arm should. And you know what? I'm gonna bend it a little bit more. So let me just grab it by the white circle here and do this. Wrong as in hit an attack when you shouldn't or miscast an ability. Okay, so it's hard enough to where you have to do certain things in a certain amount of turns like that. Is that how the entire game is, or are we just talking about like a specific difficulty? Are we talking about like fear and hunger, where you have to like this monster is going to do this and it will kill you, so you have to do this like within the first turn or you're dead, like that? So the way the gameplay works, if you hit an enemy with its weakness, you get extra turns. Okay, so you like basically stagger. If you use its weakness, you lose turns, and it works in reverse, so enemies can gain or lose turns too. Okay, yeah, just imagine an FF game, and once you hit the halfway point, an enemy can one shot you, and there's nothing you can do. So you have to hope RNG lets you play the game. Oh wow. So yeah, just like Fear and Hunger, then okay. There are bosses where if you use the wrong skill once, you're pretty much guaranteed a slow death. Oh no. hard hard mode not nocturne is like Fear and Hunger, but 100 hours. Oh wow. Well, I kind of like that. Well, I don't know. I feel very mixed about RNG, like real RNG in video games. But um two my examples, of course, being Fear and Hunger and The Gods Will Be Watching, which is not an RPG. That's more like a it's like a story driven point and click game. But I did enjoy it though. And there was a reason why it's like that. It actually has an in story reason, which was actually pretty clever. But I haven't played too many games like that, so it was clever to me. I don't know. I don't know how many games have an in story reason why the mechanics work that way, but that was a pretty good one. If you like point and clicks, maybe try that out if you like it. It's got a lot of RNG though, so there's always a way to block one hit kills, but it's trial and error, and you can be a grind if you don't have the right demons. Shin Megami Sensei's gameplay is really good. It's just unforgiving. Yeah, I've never tried any of them. I've always heard people that I know say a lot of good things about it. Like 99 and Typo, they played those types of games. I've never played them. Never even seen them. Besides Persona 5, if that even counts anymore. I don't even know the difference between Shin Megami Tensei and Persona 5, but I'm pretty sure they're related in some way. Okay. So yeah. All right, so that's about the right. I think that's about the right length here. So let's alt in that, and then we can work on the lower arm a little bit. I don't know. Automod is very prude. Very prude, okay? Will determine, okay? If somebody comes in and says out of context, no context whatsoever, that, then we'll deal with that, but that's fine. Except Shin Megami Tensei 2, that game can burn in hell for eternity. Actually, I think I downloaded that. Shin Megami Tensei 2 for the PS1. Shin Megami Tensei and Saga. I have Sagas too. So you'll be seeing me play and hopefully get the S. I'm not gonna try that. If it's fun, I won't give up on it. I won't give up on it if it's fun. But if I can't do it, then I guess I ain't got what it takes. I'll just go get in the dumpster. Okay. Don't play Saga. Real is Stella. I'm already playing Fear and Hunger. I mean, what's the difference? I don't know if I should stream that though. That's a little. I don't know. I don't know if I gotta check the rules for Twitch there because it goes there big time, bro. It goes there. Um, I beat Persona 4 on the hardest so I can get the achievement. Shin Megami Tensei 2 is on Super Famicom. I'm gonna double check and see if I got that because there's a lot of when you get those packs, those Genesis and Super Nintendo packs, you get all kinds of stuff. Even hacks are included in that, and I probably need to vet a lot of those titles out of my list because I'm never gonna play them. And I got some weirdo games on there too. But I'm gonna check and see if I got that one at least. Um, Play Saga. Fear and Hunger can only be streamed with all the nasty turned off. Okay, you got it. Oh, okay, I do. All right, cool. You should play a lot of JRPGs before you approach Saga. All right, I'll take that advice. I'll replay it. You know what? We are already establishing an order here. We're gonna do Shadow Hearts first, right? You guys, I'll let you dictate which ones I should play next. Okay? How about that? How about we do that? Because I'm not sure. Besides the ones that I've already played, and of course, Final Fantasy. I don't know when I'm gonna do that though. Um, you guys can tell me which RPGs to play next. It'll be very useful data from when we get into making an RPG of our own. And of course, it's fun. I do like the genre. All right. Wait, are we in? Oh yeah, I gotta take it off of the move tool. That's what I was doing. Sorry for anyone who's just it's only here for the art. Okay, we like shooting the shit here. Okay. Soon, yes. I'm not sure. I just started this month. I'm gonna do some streaming stuff and get it out of the way so we could just get right into it. Of course, I don't have to. This is very ancillary stuff, very optional things, but I want to have that stuff for when I play games, like just some bells and whistles I wanted to add. But yeah, we're going to try to do it this month. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I was playing Street Fighter 6 yesterday. I got beat down by a Dowsum. It was bad. I started. They put me in Diamond 3. I did not belong there. I'm more of a Diamond 1, but at least I'm still in Diamond right out of the gate. From picking a new character. I'm playing with Akuma. He's very fun. He does so much damage, but he's a glass cannon. I need to play Shadow Hearts 2. Let's set a day. Oh, you want to set a day? Okay. That actually would help, if I have a deadline, because then I'll force it. Even if I'm not done with the things that I want to add to my stream, I'll meet the deadline. But I'm gonna try to start working on that this week, so it may not matter either way. Stream it Friday. Oh shit! You want to start Friday? Okay. That could be arranged. I'm not opposed to it whatsoever. I ain't gonna be able to have anything done with what I want to do with my stream, but I can do it on Friday. Okay, it might be better this way. I don't mind it. Streaming Friday. Okay. Shadow Hearts 2 is one of the best RPGs I've ever played. I gotta make sure it works. And they hit Vims 99. They some things don't exist anymore on Vims, but the most of the library is still there. So I might have to do a double check and see if there's anything else I need to grab off of it before they decide to come back and take it down. I gotta finish Infinite Wealth. Yes, and oh my god, and Stellar Blade first. I can start after those. That's how I feel about Koldelka. Koldelka has so many crossovers to Shadow Hearts, but I feel it should be played between 2 and 3 because Koldelka spoils a ton. Does Koldelka take place between games? I don't know. I have to grab that though. I got to make sure I get that. I forgot to grab that. Hmm. Oh, you know what? Let's go down. Let's remesh it. Okay. I Alt Z 3 times, and I'm pretty sure I undid the remesh, so I had to redo it and then undo it by one. That's what I was doing there. We want to keep the remesh there. You don't want to, if you have to Control Z something right after a remesh, uh, then you have to make sure that you remember to remesh it again before you continue on. PS1 is a lot of weird, unique JRPGs. I think Koldelka is my first or second favorite in that category. Yeah, I've been getting even ones I've never heard of. I've been getting them for PS1 because there's a lot. Like I got Alundra. I don't know anything about that, but I've seen people who've been playing it. Azure Dreams is another one that I've never heard of. I got that. I have to check for the others, but those are the two that come to me immediately thinking about that. Well, RPGs I've never heard of that might be. Oh, there was another one that you brought up, Trig. Whichever one that you said you posted the music for it a long time ago on Discord. Battle something, Battle Hunter maybe. What was it called? I have that too. I got that as soon as when you mentioned it to me. I got it, so I'm gonna try that one too. Yeah, I got them, and I'm gonna play them. I don't want to win, but I'm gonna play them. Definitely gonna play them. Just gonna beef up his arm here. Hopefully, hold on. I should be probably looking at an arm reference when I do this, so I get the muscles right. They're not gonna be right completely when I if I turn his arm, but we used reference to sculpt this, so we can just use that reference to get the muscles right for when I pose an arm a certain way. I'm not really too worried about it. So for now, we'll sculpt the arm how it's posed now, and then worry about how it's going to be posed when we pose it later. Pose. I'm gonna say pose again. Pose. Like it could be a hidden gem. It's a very low budget, but it's very smart with gameplay. Yeah, I got Thousand Arms. I know these are more no more than well known RPGs. I got Wild Arms. I got Xenogears. I watched Typo play that a lot. I don't remember much about it, but someone brought up on social media that it had a really strong opening. I don't remember it, but when we go through it, I'll keep that in mind and see if I agree with that or not. Oh no, what is this? That's that's not the type of elbow meat we want to go with here. We'll do that. We don't let the sculpt dictate that for us. Okay. Oh yeah, Magic Penguin. Yeah, right. I got that. I got that. Yeah, my here's my introduction to Thousand Arms. Like over at my one of my friends' house, one of my friends' houses, and I'm looking. This is the first time I've ever seen a dating sim. I'm like, this is weird. we're just we're trying to romance some 2D characters. This is what happening. He explained to me what the game was. And I was watching it, and then I saw the RPG part. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. I've never seen a game like this before. But it started off awkward. So that was my first memory of A Thousand Arms. That's how I was introduced to A Thousand Arms, like that. The concept of a dating sim was very new to me in those days. This was around 2000, 2001. I had never heard of a game like that before. I guess the closest thing would be Fear Effect 2. It was a very new ground that was being broken with the two. I think the two main characters are like lovers and they're both women. That's not something you would see in a video game back then. So yeah, these things were slowly starting to become, and yeah, there it is. That was my view upon seeing it. At least the dating sim anyway. It's a favorite of mine for all the wrong reasons. Because the fighting wiener monsters. Well, you got fear and hunger. That sounds like fear and hunger to me. I want to try it too. I haven't beaten one yet. Oh man, I have a pretty strong idea of what to do now in Fear of Hunger, but now I can't get that far anymore because I just get murdered immediately, or I don't get the right items, or I step on a nail and get infected and die, or I lose a coin flip. It is so random. It's both. It's a very double edged sword with true RNG. When you truly have RNG in your game, I don't know if I like it. I mean, sometimes it works in your favor, but a lot of times it doesn't. It's completely random. My best monster is in Magic Penguin was Sonic, though. Original? Okay. The worst part about me playing Magic Penguin is I can't draw, so everything starts as winner. I finished Fear and Hunger last weekend, Ace. Oh yeah, I'm playing on hard though. I get no party members and more more spoiled items, and there's certain things I just cannot do on hard as a result of not being able to recruit anyone. So that's why it's taking me very long. But I know the path to the ancient city. I could do everything before then. It's just a matter of getting there and everything going my way all the time. That's literally all it comes down to. But then you have to add on to the wiener for better stats, so it goes from a wiener to a monstrosity of wieners. Yeah, it sounds like a very fear and hunger thing. I'm telling you, you have to beat it on normal first. It's actually impossible. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I had a really good one run one time. It's just I lost one coin flip. That was all it took. I think I already told what happened, but I even beat the freaking crow mauler because I had the sense to blind him first. But I had no more healing items, and all I had to do was just walk through the door and go to the ancient city. So I'm thinking, okay, let me go to the Sylvans, okay, and orgy my health back. And I lost the coin flip and lost my mind and stayed there forever. That was what stopped me because and there was a monster. I think it was the old knight, the spectral knight. I kept fighting the spectral knight instead of the old knight. You have to fight the old knight and not the spectral knight. The spectral knight has 10,000 HP. You can't beat him. He's going to kill you, and he does leg moves that will cut your leg off. I got arm guards, but no leg guards. You can only protect one without the Salmon Snake Soul. Salmon Snake Soul will protect everything, so you have to kill that first and get that and put that on. Then you can fight the old knight. That's the only way. If you don't fight him without that and he does the horizontal sweep, your legs are gone and you're pretty much screwed after that. I've already tried to play through without my legs. It's excruciatingly slow, and I'm not doing that again. If I lose my legs, I'm resetting. Simple as that. No, you don't get the troll monsters in Fear and Hunger realness. it's it's only Fear and Hunger for realness. I don't play without limbs. Yeah, you lose your limb, you might as well reset because you're done. I mean, you can still play without your legs, but it's going to be really slow, and I'm not doing that. And I tried. Believe me, I tried, and that was only because I was trying to end the run by having a monster kill me, and I kept winning. I just kept winning. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll just keep going since the game does not want me to die this time. And I'm thinking maybe I can get my legs back, but the only way you can get your legs back is if you have party members. I'm playing on hard, so I can't do that. And it's a one-time thing, and it's a very important party member apparently, from what I know, because I did have to look it up because I was very curious if I can get my legs back. But you have to give up a very important party member in order to get your legs back, and it's a one-time thing. And it's almost not worth it for what they ask for. It's a pretty big ask for what I understand, but I don't really know because I don't have party members. It's just me. It's literally just me. Nice. I'm trying to stay spoiler free. You need legs. I know you need legs. That's my point. I'm sure you can still play without legs for something, but I'm not doing that. Even if you could, I'm not doing it because I've played without legs. It's dumb. I'm not doing it for that reason. Oh yeah, the two ways you can get your legs back is if you fuse with another character. which is basically like killing two characters and creating a new character. And whatever you do with those characters is locked. You're locked out of that now because they're now a new character. You have to whatever you if you have to do something unique with that character, you have to do it before you fuse. Like I know a little bit about fusion, but I can't do it because I don't have party members. I picked the knight because she starts with arm guards, and that prevents me from losing my arms. If you have arm guards on, you can't get your arms chopped off. If you get your arms chopped off, game over, bro, because you can't attack without arms. It's game over. No, I don't know anything before the ancient city. Everything that I've done before the ancient city, um, besides what I've already told you, I looked up, which was basically just fusion and how to get your legs back, or only things that I looked up. I don't know anything else. Everything else I've done was trial and error. No, I did not look anything up to answer your question that would spoil anything. It's hard when you're trying to look up for something specific that isn't really a spoiler because you 9 times out of 10 you're gonna run into a spoiler. That's why I try not to look anything up at all for anything because for that reason. I kind of spoiled Metal Gear Solid 5 for myself because I looked up something very simple and it was kind of obvious, obviously, regarding the main character. I'm sure you know realness, but I kind of spoiled that for myself. It was already speculated that was the case, and it's pretty heavily hinted at, but it was confirmed when I looked up something really small. Please listen to me. Beat it on normal first. Hard mode is a pride check, and you can't beat it. Listen, I have to follow the code, okay? I have to. If you ain't got an S or legs or arms, you got an F. But if you need party members, okay, I guess. All right. I'll try it. All right, I'll try it. Cheese, cheese and whiskers. You got an F. Yeah, if you ain't got an S, okay, you got an F. And if you get your arm chopped off, that's an automatic F because you can't win. You can't win without arms. You literally cannot win without arms unless you have a party member, which I don't. So it's just like getting an F. You lose something, you get an F. You can even get your head chopped off, and that's an instant game over. Obviously, it's like 15 years ago. Yeah, no, Ace. It's actually impossible to beat it on hard mode without normal first. I was under the impression that if you play on hard mode, you're locked out of every ending pretty much that requires you to have party members, but you get your a specific ending for um hard mode, and you can just leave the castle. But that's you can always do that. That's like ending E or whatever the heck. That's what I was under the impression of. I didn't actually get to do ending E though because I died before I left the castle. They wouldn't even let me leave, bastards. But I know it's possible because the game literally tells you unless you do it. If you do the game a certain way, it literally tells you there's nothing left here for you, but you can keep going. That's all true, but what you're missing is normal unlocks paths for paths. Okay. Yeah, I think you said that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Right. I'm trying to make his arms more out of shape. Okay, so we're gonna beef him up in the back a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I'm. You know what? I'm just gonna follow your advice. Okay, I'm just gonna follow your advice because while it's very fun playing on hard mode, sometimes I die in 2 seconds and sometimes I die in 2 hours. But I was figuring it out and it was very fun doing it that way. I got really far. Like I know the game pretty well now because of playing it on hard mode. The back muscle should stretch all the way down here. So we're gonna try to get that, and then I'll just follow the reference anatomy references that I have set up over here off to the side. A little more detail when we a little bit later. We're just trying to get the basic forms going here. But we have a giant man baby going. Okay, his diaper is full, and his back muscles are flexed. I did the same thing as you, only to be humbled by a guide, and I learned the error of my hubris. Hey, little base guy, welcome to the stream. We are while I figure out the next part of my process for my the guy that we were working on. We're working on guy number 2 right now. This is what I got so far. It's out of shape. This is what I did. I can't I can't help it. I'm just gonna say right now, okay. And I practiced on women, and the references were Brazilian female models. Okay, so I can't stop. And you know what? Maybe I won't stop. So there it is. So just so when you see this and you're wondering why, that is why. I'll just say it was not a model for you. Thank you for using me as a reference. That's funny. That is hilarious. Uh, but yeah, before you ask, yes, this is the reason why. And you know what? You know what? Now we're just gonna get it out of the way right now. All the meshes are gonna be like this. Well, maybe not this, but maybe this. Maybe this. Well, yeah, okay, 99. Okay, all right. I'll concede for this game because this is definitely a special case. It was very fun though. It was so fun, trying to beat this on hard. I was really enjoying it that way. I almost got grabbed by a night lurch. That would have been bad. You know what happens when a night lurch grabs you? Chat. It's not good. Not good at all. You get assaulted. You get assaulted right here. This is fear and hunger. They put that in the game. And it gives you a debuff that does not go away. It's bleeding out of your butt. That's the debuff, in case you didn't know. But I haven't run into that yet. Thankfully, it's a chance for a normal enemy to do it to you, but Night Lurch will do it. Yeah, it's in the game. I mean, what can I say? I mean, that's what they put it there. That's what they put in the game. Night Lurch, you can be in the world map, and you can see the enemies walking around and they'll chase you. Night Lurches are completely blind, right? But if you turn your back on them, they have a chance to lunge at you. If they grab you, that's what happens. It happens instantly, and they can do it in battle too. But that's a coin flip. They are very dangerous. It's a very difficult game. In terms of difficulty, it's right up my alley. They have some very macabre and weird things in it, but it's a very interesting game. I'm not offended by it, but I know in some cases it could be offensive, especially if you had to deal with that in real life. I would suggest you do not play that game if it triggers you in some way, but if it doesn't, then it's a very challenging game. We'll do necessary tweaks for the back muscles in the future. I just want to make sure that they stretch down a little bit. They're even on a body type like this, you'll still have that shape, the back shape. We're going to have to work on making things a little more flabby in the future. This is like my first time doing a body type that isn't like fit or chiseled or normal. So we are learning. He's kind of have like a a chubby but buff appearance. Maybe like a bodybuilder who has a beer gut or something. That's just what happens when you really emphasize the muscles a little bit too much when you're trying to put all the muscle groups together. Bert Kreischer would be a good reference. Oh yeah, let's write that down. I'll take a look at that later. I only have one reference of a body type like this, and I'm following it horribly. We don't want to do things exact though. You know, we want to make an original character, but when it comes to anatomy, it's in, you know, it's when you're trying to, you know, get the proper muscle groups together. That's probably one of the few times where it's a good idea to try to follow a reference closely, especially if we want to use this as a reference. Bert Kreischer. All right, yeah, I'll take a look at that later. Thank you for the suggestion. LOL, do you know how for decades video games were trying to get hair right? I think fat is the next graphical frontier. Yo, I want to see. You know what I've never seen, like especially like in a fighting game, a fat woman. They done a fat dude. Like you got Bob and Tekken, you got Rufus in Street Fighter 4, and then you got Birdie who used to be chiseled in Street Fighter 5. That was probably out of those three, Birdie is my favorite. He'll probably never return though. But I've never seen, the only time I've seen one fat woman ever, and I was in Clay Fighter. Her name was Helga. She was like a Viking type woman, and she had the helmet and everything. That's the only time. That's the only time I've ever seen a fat woman in a fighting game or in anything really. That's not a grotesque monster like you have. What's her name? The woman in I forget her name, but she's in Evil Dead. That's another one too. That was my you know, the game. You know the game that we're playing 99, the asymmetrical uh horror game where you have the survivors and you have the killer. She was my favorite killer because she's so disgusting. Like she farts and she throws up everywhere, and it really grosses people out, and it kind of helps you win too because you know you can become extremely deadly. She's basically like a debuff monster. What you can do is with the way what I did was okay. You have to build up enough evil, and you have to build up the survivor's fear so you can manifest into the world. Like the more, and these things have a profound effect on the survivors, right? If you never played that game, when you build up their fear and you build up your evil, you can manifest into the world as a physical being. It could be evil Ash, which is one. He's pretty good. Um, Henrietta is her name. It's the fat lady that they had in the basement in the first Evil Dead. You can play as her. And debuffing the enemy is a very effective. You like most people try to build up their evil, at least at the beginning. I don't know how it's played now, but you would go and collect the evil and then try to attack the survivors. But what you do is you don't really, you just harass them the entire match, right? You have the deadites. You possess a deadite because they're everywhere on the map, and then you just throw up all over the nearest survivors. Like you can possess them and just puke everywhere, and it's like it goes far. You get perks and whatever that kind of puts them up. He is heavy set, but from the solar plexus up, he kind of looks like a bodybuilder. Yep, exactly. He has like three different body types here. That's what I'm trying to fix here. He's a stand up comic who's famous for taking his shirt off while he works. He definitely has the body type you're after. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look at that. But yeah, you just harass them. You puke all over them. Most people when they possess, they use the possessed deadites to attack the survivors. But in this case, with Henrietta, you want to harass them as much as possible, and you just keep throwing up on them. And the throw up has a debuff. It not only does damage to them, but it increases their fear and it makes them move slower or something like that. And you just keep doing that. I was talking about Bert. Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh, Evil Dead game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking about Henrietta, how that was my favorite killer, and how I realized that she's basically like a red mage, where you just debuff and enfeeble the survivors the entire game, and then when you can manifest as Henrietta, then you do so much damage to them. It's crazy. Like they're already debuffed, they can't recover. You're making them use all of their meds and whatnot, and then if they split push, you can really kill them. They had this one match where they tried. The survivors have to do is they have to get the dagger. They have to get a dagger and they have to get a book, right? And then they can summon the Necronomicon, and then they have to destroy it, and then that kills you, right? So what survivors were trying to do to try to be like cute and smart and try to outsmart you was split push the dagger and the book, and you can only go after one of them at a time. But if you do it this way with Henrietta and do all of the and just harass them the entire match, keep their fear up, debuff them, make them waste their items. If they split push, they die. They pretty much they kill themselves because you can manifest as soon as they when they decide to split push, you can manifest as Henrietta. Go to you only have to fight two of them now. It doesn't matter who it is, you know, because some survivors are really strong. Um, Go in there, you can fart, and it creates a terrible cloud of more debuff. I don't forget exactly what it does, but it's bad. And then you can just like attack them, like just relentlessly attack them, and they can't do anything about it. And they die so quickly. I had this one match where they tried to split push. I killed one, and then I just killed the other, and there was nothing they could do. I missed the peak of that game. Yeah, it's very fun. I still have it, and I was thinking about going back into it and seeing if people still played it because it had a Steam release since then. You know what I will do? Well, I don't know. You know, Steam reviews aren't really a good indicator of anything, to be honest. But um, maybe I can see if they're still making reviews for the game. I can probably get an idea of how the state of the game is. Maybe I don't know if people are still playing it. But I was thinking about playing it again and seeing if I can, play it basically. Now everyone is on Puppet Master and Killer Clowns. Yeah, I saw Killer Clowns. Killer Clowns was all right, a little janky, but it's all right, I guess. I think out of the ones, Evil Dead was my favorite so far. I just haven't been playing it really because of this. I've been doing a lot. I've been really focusing on my art, so I haven't really been playing much outside of the Fear and Hunger here and there, and 11 and Minecraft. I did try a little bit of Spider Man. Yes, this needs to be less diesel, but yeah, we got it there. We'll work on it more. We don't want that right there. There. Now we don't have it right there. That's not true. It's an indicator of who has more money to pay reviewers. Okay, that's true. Well, there's something like a sub website. You can see how many people are playing the game on Steam at least, and the reviews maybe I don't know. You can at least you can get an idea if that someone is playing it, depending on their playtime and whatnot. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes, and I don't really trust Steam reviews, but there are some things you can glean from it. It might not be the right things, but you get some kind of information. Everyone is saying that matchmaking is the same 30 players. Oh, really? Well, at least people are playing it. They probably got probably got the game pretty down pat now, though. I don't know if I'll be able to do the same thing with Henrietta, but she was by far my favorite killer. I think they added Lucy Lawless. What was her name? Ruby. I think they added her. I wanted to check her out and see how she played, but I kind of forgot, and I really didn't think about it. Makes me wonder if those 30 players are just bots. Uh oh, we got a little problem there. We don't want that. We're gonna go back and we'll just leave it like this for now until we remesh it again. What I want to do is start working on the legs. These are not the right shape. All I literally did was just extrude them and then beef them up a little bit, and I just left it at that. So we got to work on those. Let's see, I don't have any references of legs in this position. Well, basically, you just want to go for a rounded appearance, and then you go by the muscles. But these aren't going to be muscular legs, so the general shape of a leg, which is basically just following the muscle groups, is all we really have to do. And okay, 99. Thanks a lot for doing that because that was really a fun game. That was one out of those types of games like the Dead by Daylight. I really did like Friday the 13th, but it did not last for very long, unfortunately. But Evil Dead was very close as far as fun for me. And I really do like the newest one will be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That looks really good. I just don't know if I want to get it. That looks extremely fun to me. Just don't know if I should get it because I don't know how much time I'm going to invest in it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that looks really good. Definitely consider getting that if you like those types of games. People are still playing it, and they're coming out with new killers too, I believe. New killers and survivors. It's been out for, I don't know. I think, has it been a year yet? Maybe. I loved Evil Dead before all the cheats came out. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't experienced any of that because I kind of didn't. I kind of stopped playing it before that became a thing, but I was really enjoying it. Playing Henrietta was so fun. So fun. She is so disgusting. Like, I like macabre things, you know. Just the game itself is already up my alley, but that, you know, you can see that people do not like facing that killer. It is so fun. You got the farts, you got the pukes. Yeah, she has like a butt slam too. Like, it kind of like creates a shockwave. I like Evil Ash with the hordes. He is very strong. You get a deadite. You can make like a bard deadite that powers all the other deadites. His more is more like basically creating an army that attacks the survivors. That's good too. And I also like the demon. The demon was would have been the second one that I would have went after. He does a lot of actually I forget what he does. I know he does a lot of phase shifting and teleporting, but he looked really good too. I don't remember all of his abilities. I know he had like some electrical things, but if I would have maxed Henrietta out, I would have done the demon next. He's the one that handles it himself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All the killers look great, but you know, I see a lot of streamers who play those types of games, and none of them play Evil Dead, and I'm assuming there's a reason behind that. And I think they did mention the hackers too. So yeah, I kind of didn't really go back, but yeah, it was really fun. The Predator game looked fun too. The Predator, what was it? The Predator, a what do you call those games? Freaking asymmetrical. I don't know. They have a name for it though. The Predator one did look fun, but I never. I was like, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get that. I like watching it though, but it's no one plays it. One person I know who plays it is Bloodthirsty Lord. And he plays all those games, but I don't see anyone ever play that game. Not even Max, who likes Predator, like plays that game. Maximilian, dude, he's a big Predator fan. I'm sure a lot of people are, but it's kind of like part of his channel identity. You know, like he has the you know the what's his name? Carl Weathers and Arnold handshake. He has that as an emote, and he has a big Predator statue like somewhere behind him on the camera. Yeah, once the bots came out to show the survivors where the stuff is on the map, it was near impossible to play. Yeah, that's unfortunate. If they would have done to that game what they did for Texas Chainsaw, it would be much better. Mass was just saying today that he has high hopes for the new Fatal Fury game. He said it's the next coming of Third Strike. Interesting. I haven't actually seen the new Fatal Fury game. I just saw that they're going to add two Fatal Fury characters to Street Fighter 6. I don't know how I feel about that. We got guest characters in season 2. I was really hoping I'd see more Street Fighters in Street Fighter 6, but you know, I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal. If they're fun characters, because so far all the DLC for Street Fighter 6 has been they've been pretty decent characters. Not characters exactly that I want to play. I've only really wanted to play Akuma, but I've seen how the other ones play, and they do look fun somewhat. It's just I don't want to play with Aki. Ed was close. I don't like Rashid, but he actually does look like a strong character and fun to play. I just don't want to play him. And who was the other one? Was it Aki, Ed, Rashid, and I'm missing one. I forget the other. You know, I play that game a little bit, like a couple of like hours here and there, and I don't know all the DLC characters. I've only bought one so far. I'm a Diamond One player. I don't play it enough to get further than that. It seems every character that I've tried so far since it came out, and it's been out almost yeah, it's been out just a few days over a year now, and the highest I've gotten was like Diamond One or Diamond Two. I'm sure if I grinded it regularly, I could probably be better at it, but I enjoy it for what it is. Every now and then, if I feel like trying to beat someone online, I can log in and I have fun with it, whether I win or lose. So I'm not trying to win any tournaments or anything, but I do like trying to improve my game to learning from people who do grind it because they that's something I can do. So launching Evil Dead. All right. Alrighty then. I'm gonna spread his legs a little bit. It doesn't sound good. Let's spread his legs a little bit so I can round them out. If we remesh this, well, actually we have remeshed it, so that's not actually a problem. I was gonna say if they're too close and you remesh it, they'll fuse together. You don't want that. But since we've been remeshing this body and the legs haven't fused together yet, that means that it ain't gonna be a problem now. But I want to spread them apart a little bit more so I can sculpt the inner legs a little better. We'll see how that goes though. Giggity, yeah. Having trouble pushing them away from each other though. Look at that. I'm like, I can't get them to create the space that I want them to create. And it's super weird. But we're gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna push them apart slowly a little bit. Slowly but surely. Try to shape them properly and make them look like some gams. You know what I'm saying? Some dude out of shape gams. Dude out of shape. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, because of remeshing. I see online a lot of people complain that not everyone has a thigh gap, but there is a legitimate reason why you don't want the legs to be together all the time. They did? Oh, okay. Wait, Mia was I thought she was already in the game. I know they added Lucy Lawless, didn't they? I was more interested in what she did as well. Um which one was Mia again? Oh, you mean from yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't see that. I still haven't seen that movie yet. I'm sorry, 99. I know you told me years ago to watch that movie. I still have not watched it. Yeah, I know, I know. It just occurred to me what you were talking about. I still have not seen that movie. I haven't even seen the new Evil Dead movie. I've been slacking on movies a lot lately. I have only seen like one movie in like the past year or two. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta look at that. Normally I would watch it. Normally I would watch movie. I just haven't been watching movies lately. I get it. Like we're on a bit of a movie decline, just as a whole. I think just moviegoers in general are declining a bit. I think it's just changing. I don't think anything's gonna happen to movies, to be honest. But I feel it too. I just don't have an interest in movies right now. And there are movies I want to see. I just not interested enough to actually go see them. The Shimmer is the new monster. I don't know what that is. It was significantly better than I thought it would be. Yeah, I gotta check it out. I gotta check it out. Oh, Schemer. Okay. Who or what is that named after? Or what is that supposed to? Oh, is that something from one of the movies or something like that? Is that a movie monster? The new movie? I can't think of anything that would fit the bill as a schemer in the original Evil Dead movies. So I'm going to assume. Oh, he's made up. Okay, that's fine too. That's okay as well. I want to change this. I want to affect that, but it's still trying to pull the legs back. So yeah, I was saying that if you're remeshing a mesh, and the legs are too far to get. Like if you don't have some kind of thigh gap there, they're gonna fuse together. So that might be the reason why you see a lot of thigh gaps in female models. I know there's some people who are kind of like that because not everybody has that type of build, but sometimes sometimes it can't be helped just because of how the program does certain things. Looks like his abilities are to get stronger based off of all fear on the map and can turn off lights around survivors. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like in the vein of what Henrietta does, except her fear can increase just based off of harassing people and debuffing them and things like that. Yeah, if you're away from certain areas of the map, your fear does increase. It was lights, wasn't it? I forgot. I kind of forgot some of the mechanics of that game, but that makes sense. Yeah, fear goes up when you're in the dark. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because you got the fireworks or fireplaces and yeah. I remember. I kind of it's been so long since I've played a Survivor. On top of that, too, like the time when we were playing it when it first came out, that was the only time I played a Survivor. After that, I went straight to Killer, and I just in the second I picked Henrietta, I was like, I'm gonna pick Henrietta because I barely see her in games. It's usually just Evil Ash or the demon. So I was like, you know what? Let me try Henrietta, and then I just never looked back because she was so fun to play. It's like nobody likes picking her, but she's really strong and gross, and people don't like that. People hate it when they get beat by gross stuff. I know this from experience because when I played Birdie, people hated losing to Birdie for some reason. I know the reason, but but I feel like it was because of his physical appearance and he's kind of like a big like he eats stuff and he's got a big gut and he's not an anime waifu at all. So he has that going for him. You can just see the salt just pouring off of people when they lose to him. Henry Red is a lot like that. Lots of new characters in the royal mode. I don't know any. Oh, battle royale. I did not know that. Didn't know they had that. I have something on my nose, by the way. I'm rubbing the side of my nose, and I'm not digging in my nose. Don't be disgusted if you're looking at me. I'm using the mouse, so I'm using my other hand on this side, and I'm going around and touching the side of my nostril. Feels like there's something there for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just trying to get the legs into a more realistic shape. It's a little flat back here. We went around. Oops, we didn't do that. We went around. I'm just trying to round that out some. Uh oh. Little. I'm just trying to. It seems like it was a little difficult to manipulate the inside of the thigh there. Three new single player challenges since we played. Wow. How come I'm not hearing of this? I'm seeing no videos of this game being made. No one's streaming it. Nothing. There's got to be somebody out there that regularly streams this game because I would definitely watch that person. Maybe I could do. Maybe I could be the guy, but no, I'm not. Like all of my prowess in that game came from the beginning when it was new. I don't know if I'll be able to do the same stuff I was doing now. I was doing then now. So, but it'd be nice if I could go back into it and still get games, still kill all the survivors, leave. There was one of the ashes are really strong. If you allow him to get to the part where he has to destroy a Necronomicon, it's very difficult to get rid of him. So it's in my best interest to kill survivors early. so they're not so strong in defending the Necronomicon. I forget which Ash it was. I think it was the Ash versus Evil Dead version of Ash. If he makes it to the end, he's hard to kill. He's really hard to kill. I did have a game where I was like one hit away from he was I was one hit away from killing him, and he was one hit away from destroying the Necronomicon, and I wasn't able to get the win. Looks like they added versus AI as Survivor and Monsters. Well, okay, I guess I can still play it. I don't know how fun it will be. It's more fun killing players because you can see, like, sometimes you can kind of get an idea of their mental state when you're destroying them, and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, he's salty, or oh, he's actually afraid. Things like you can kind of tell how they're playing, how they are, how their mental state is, and there's a little bit of fun in that. You don't get that when you're fighting a bot. It's like, okay, the bot's gonna do this, so I'll just do that, and that's pretty much it. There's a little more fun in outsmarting a human, or putting pressure enough to where they're making mistakes, and then you're further uh, punishing them as a result. Matchmaking just set me for 20 minutes till match. Wow. Well, shucks, you might as well just play a bot game. I don't want to wait 20 minutes to play. Almost all of Mia's abilities are just take less damage and self healing. Yeah, that sounds like she would be another difficult person to kill. When if you have to stop her from destroying the Necronomicon. Well, no wonder it's the same 30 people playing, because this is what you get when you're not playing with those people. You get you get long wait times. Each time she survives a boss encounter, she gains resistance. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I know who to kill first. Normally, you kill like the weaker people first, like what's his name? The guy with the Hector. Is his name Hector? I'm sorry, I don't want to call him Hector because he's Mexican. He's not actually Hector. I think his name was Hector, right? Was his name Hector? His name was Hector, right? The guy with the pompadour and the mustache, that guy. You should kill him first, or you kill the healers. Yeah, if she is the last person versus Henrietta, I wouldn't be too worried because ain't nobody gonna help her then. But if she has people with her, yeah, I can see how she could be annoying. Or the girl from Ash versus the Evil Dead, the one who's good with guns. If she's not shooting at you, if she's not shooting you, she's actually pretty easy to kill too. It's not good to because you really shouldn't use guns before the killer comes out, because every time you use a gun, you just tell when you're in evil spirit form, you're pretty much giving away your position every time you shoot a gun. So if they're not shooting, you're not going to know where they are unless their fear is high enough. But if they do shoot, then you can just go straight to them and start harassing them immediately. Don't try to kill them. I would say, well, I don't know. Maybe the meta is different now. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't really a meta then. It's just something that I found because the game was still new when I was playing it. Um, but people got caught on pretty early that you shouldn't shoot right off out of the gate. But those who didn't get that memo, you can go and start harassing them as soon as they give away their position, and that really goes bad for them, especially if you have Henrietta. Oh yeah, I remember why I had that. There's freaking. I need to get some legs uh, references here so I can at least follow that. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay that much for a game that no one's really playing if you're waiting 20 minutes. $9 for each. Yeah, that's kind of high too. Pablo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought his name was Hector. I'm sorry. So many characters are named Hector in games and movies. Okay, I've only seen the show once. I barely remember that Lucy Lawless was in it. I had to think for a second what her name was. I only know Ash. I don't even remember the girl's name. The other girl, like the badass chick. I don't remember her name. I don't remember anyone's name. That one actor who plays Hector in the 50 movie. Yeah, he's Hector in Fast and the Furious. He's Hector in Training Day. I know you're talking about that guy, the bald guy with the mustache. Yeah, Kelly. Thank you, 99. Yeah, her name is Kelly. Yeah, Kelly. Next Friday. Yeah. Um. Uh. Yeah, Kelly is very good with guns, but she's not so good in the beginning of the game because if she starts shooting, yeah, you'll. I mean, she'll stop you for the most part, but you'll always know where she is if she uses her guns. So you have to like kind of wait until the killer is out, and then you just blast the killer as much as you can. But if you're strong enough, you can. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. And if it becomes a big problem, you can just get enough fear to possess her and use her to shoot her friends. So it doesn't really matter. You can always do that too. Yeah, like if their fear is high enough, you can possess them. I think you can throw up with other survivors too. But like, yeah, you can just like the strongest person they have, possess them, start attacking their friends, and that works even better when they're splitting, when they're split up. Like if they have the two by two, or if they're by themselves, you can you can just possess the guy. Well, I don't know. I think I have possessed someone who was by themselves and just ran them off somewhere and just run them into danger. Just keep running into them. David starts with a nail gun. Yeah, just use David and just shoot his friend with his nail gun. I don't think you can damage the person that you are possessing, but I think you can cause them to damage themselves. I think so. My memory is a little shaky. I haven't played it so long. But yeah, I like the concept behind that. I really wish that game would have taken off. Like Texas Chainsaw seems to have. But that's also a very fun game too. Like I would be willing to buy that, but I just don't know how much time I'm gonna put into it. But I really like the concept behind that too. He gives resistance to possession to himself and party members. Oh, okay. Well, luckily that wouldn't stop Henrietta because you can just possess deadites and then just throw up all over those people. And then you can have like acid bio like power ups and whatnot. You can make your acid do more damage. You can make the acid it does you can put extra debuffs on all of your moves anyway. So and I put so much into puke because of what it does for you in the beginning of the game that it really it's like by the time you manifest they're so destroyed, they're so jacked up and discombobulated and damaged that you can just easily take them out when you finally show up as the killer. Like they offer almost no resistance unless certain characters are there, like one of the ashes. Uh, I'm pretty sure it is either the Army of Darkness Ash or it is the Ash versus Evil Dead version of Ash. One of them is like a tank. I would say just like leave him alone and just go after everyone else. And then if his fear is high enough, possess him and use him to like further harass his friends. But when the killer comes out, just kill all the weak person first and then just kill him after. Ruby can consume souls like a deadite and deals more damage to enemies each time she kills that type. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was very curious to how she plays. So she's just Nasus, yeah. I thought she would be a killer when he first announced her because she's kind of like a demon herself. Using this upside down. I'm sorry if that's discombobulating to you. I like saying discombobulating. That's disorienting to you. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry. 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 I'm just trying to shape the legs more into a conal shape here. We are running out of time, so there's not really much further. I'm just trying to get the legs right. We definitely will pick this up on Monday. All right. If I don't have a good grasp of what to do next as far as baking and unwrapping UVs, I'm gonna try to figure that out later today, tomorrow, and Friday, and possibly on the weekend if I can. But we're gonna try to get that going. If not, we'll come back to this and finish this. Because she picks up souls, it makes it harder for the player enemy to farm them. Oh, so she picks up those souls. Yeah, that's actually well. You usually spend a lot of time away from the survivors, so you can always just farm those souls. But farming the souls that are near the survivors will actually help greatly the survivors because when you're done harassing them, what did I just do? When you're done harassing them and they get away, you can just farm the souls around them. But if Ruby already took those souls, then I have to go further away. So yeah, that would actually buy them some time. Like I said, I don't know how the game is played now. I'm just going by what my understanding of the game from when I played it, like what 2 years ago, almost now. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I would definitely prestige Henrietta. I'm really tempted to play that when I get some time too. I might fire that up again, regardless of what state it's in, and try to max out Henrietta and prestige her. That'd be nice. I got her like 20 something, I think. I have to relearn how to play though, so I'm probably gonna lose the first couple of games. But I was on a winning streak, man. It was so fun. I was like, wow, like it's so easy to kill them when you break when you're just debuffing them hard. He'll have pants on, but we're trying to get a proper leg shape here. There's going to be a time when we come to a character that has their legs showing, and we'll make sure that we're always in practice learning how to sculpt proper legs so that we won't have a problem showing them when the time comes. I think I've been doing okay as far as anatomy. I didn't exactly get the out of shape uh, version that I like, but we can still keep working on this. It's not done. We're always have a shot at achieving what we're trying to achieve here. Um, I'm definitely going to grab some more references though, so we can adjust this. My timer went up to 40 minutes as of now. I don't think it's played. Yeah, I might just play a couple of bot games or something. I don't know. I really do like the game. I do want to keep playing it. It's gonna suck though, just playing with bots, but oh well. Is it a cross platform? Like can Epic people play with Steam people? That shouldn't be a thing, right? It should be just be all PC and console. But man, that's very unfortunate because I really like that game. I just didn't have the time to really sit and play it. And then other things kept coming out. You know, we played what was it? Dead Island and uh I'm sure we played other things besides. Oh yeah, Minecraft. We played that, and then Power World, and all the other games that we end up playing, all the other co-op stuff. And then there's this. You know, it's very hard to balance this with games because there's so much more that I have to do with this, and I'm trying to get it to where we have some notable progress sometime this year. It's cross-platform, PS4, Epic, and Steam. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that would be a thing. So we will definitely if we don't work on the other mesh, we'll definitely continue getting this together. If I do get the other mesh, I'll work on this also. We'll just flip flop the projects as I see fit. Okay, but eventually I'm gonna add another mesh off ready to go for when if I have to like retro apologize this one and then the other one is done, then I'll just keep making backup meshes so I can always uh improve the meshes here so we can do them quicker. Okay, because I'm still basically still trying to learn how to do this. I can do faces pretty well. I don't think faces have ever been a problem for me. It was probably the easiest thing to do. But the face and the body, I gotta see. I mean, I also gotta check the head proportion too. Wouldn't take too much to just increase the head size, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, we're coming along. We're getting there. We're getting there. Just a little minor adjustments here and there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it here. I'm gonna park it right here. Just save it. Thanks, studio. Thanks a lot. I'm very appreciative of everyone stopping by today. Okay, we're gonna stop it here. I'm gonna come back on Monday, and we will continue with either this or the other one. Um, like I said, the other one we have baking, unwrapping UVs. If I can help it, because I'm still learning how to do that in Blender, um, that I'll most likely attempt to try to learn it off stream. And if I get it, I'll just move on to texturing and hair because that's literally all that's left with the other one. And then we'll be working on this one up until it's time to work on the low poly topology. And when we get to that part, I'm going to start number three mesh because I don't know if I'm going to do the topology of the low poly on stream. It's literally just me copying and pasting over and over polygons until I get to the mix section, which I can't do. And then once I do that, the underwear might most likely won't be able to hide the low poly. Oh, I don't know. I could probably just put it over and then keep going. I'll consider it. Okay, I'll consider doing that on stream. But if not, we'll have more backup meshes to do. We got to get to seven. All right, we're almost done with one. We got to get to seven, and I'm pretty sure I can get that done sometime in the near future. Okay, so look forward to that. If you decide to return, I will see you next time on Monday. Hopefully the same time, sometime between 9 and noon. Usually 9 or 10 ish is when I start, depending how my morning is going. Okay, that's my phone. Sorry about that. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope you have an enjoyable weekend as well.